UFC 315, final picks, predictions, breakdown, all of the above, man. My reaction as well. Final picks for this card, for this pay-per-view. I am going to UFC 315. I've said it in every single video. I'm going to keep saying it. If any of you guys are going to UFC 315, let me know. But we're going to get straight into it. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's start it off with the early prelim opener of Brad Katona versus Beksat Almakhan. I've been a bit back and forth with this fight, but I'm going to trust my gut. I'm going Brad Katona. I think Beksat Almakhan kind of has a one-dimensional fight game compared to Brad Katona, who I think is just the more well-rounded mixed martial artist. I think he's going to be able to squeeze it out on the judges' scorecard. Beksat Almakhan, the only reason that this guy is a favorite is because he dropped Umar Nurmagomedov in his first fight. We know this, right? He dropped Umar, and that's why he's the favorite. He's a favorite in this fight. I don't think he should be the favorite. Brad Katona is more well-rounded. I think he's going to be able to mix it up on the feet. If it's not working on the feet, he'll be able to get the takedown. Beksat Almakhan's got a bunch of KOs in his record, a bunch of KOs in his career. He is dangerous, but it's all in the regional scene. It's all in weird promotions, and I think Brad Katona has been tested. He is UFC level. He's had a lot of close decisions. Every single one of his fights should genuinely be a split decision. They're very close, don't get me wrong. So he could definitely lose this, but I don't see Brad Katona getting finished, and I do see him squeezing it out on the judges' scorecard. So I'm gonna start off the card with the Canadian, man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna rep my Canadians here, but I'm going Brad Katona by unanimous decision. I think he gets it done over Beksat, holds him down for a couple of rounds, gets the takedowns, man, and kind of pulls an Umar on Beksat, because Beksat off of his back is just not very solid. So I'm going to go Brad Katona to get it done, to open up this pay-per-view, man, in Montreal, Canada. Let's go. We move on to the next fight, Daniel Santos versus Jung Young Lee. My gut wants me to pick Daniel Santos. I love the shoot-to-box fighters. Charles Oliveira is my favorite fighter. I like the shoot-to-box fighters, but Daniel Santos, something about him, man, moving up to featherweight doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. He's a lot smaller in this fight. He's coming off of a massive layoff. He looks a little bit tubby, man. I saw him at the weigh-ins. I went to the weigh-ins. I saw him at the weigh-ins. And I don't think he's fit like he was when he was at bantamweight. I think he's better at bantamweight. And it was a tough cut for him to make it to featherweight, even though he was bulking up. He didn't look good. He didn't look great. And I think Jung Young Lee he's sharp. He's dangerous. He is fresh. He's more active. And he's made for featherweight. He's bigger, he's stronger. I think Daniel Santos, the only thing that he really has as an advantage is his chin. But even if in his Castaneda fight, he was getting pieced up, man. And I like Daniel Santos. You know, I saw Daniel Santos, and he's cool. He's cool. He's a great fighter, but he did take a massive layoff. He is moving up, and I think Jung Young Lee is pretty dangerous. So I'm going to go Jung Young Lee, man. I don't think he finishes Daniel Santos. I'm actually going to go Jung Young Lee by decision. Man, I think Daniel Santos is really tough. I think he's really tough, really durable. He's going to be really hard to get out of there. I don't think Jung Young Lee is going to throw himself into the fire like he did against Hyder Amil. He actually clipped Hyder Amil in his fight, but then got a 40 punch combination laid down on him by Hyder Amil and got standing TKO'd. So, you know, it wasn't the best look, but Jung Young Lee's tough. He's tough, and I think he's got more power. He's hungrier. He's made for featherweight, and he's more active than Daniel Santos. So I'm going to go Jung Young Lee by decision. We move on. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. Very tough fight to predict. Honestly, both these guys are on massive losing streaks. Marc-Andre Barriault, 3-fight losing streak. Bruno Silva, 4 or 5-fight losing streak now, man. Bruno Silva looks like a shell of himself. I won't lie. He looks like an absolute shell of himself. And Marc-Andre Barriault, on the other hand, I mean, this dude, look, I love the Canadians, but Marc-Andre Barriault is a can. I will be honest. You know, no hate to you, Marc-Andre Barriault, but Marc-Andre Barriault, you know, he either gets KO'd in round 1 or he grinds out a decision or gets a late finish. Like, Marc-Andre Barriault is not a round 1 fighter. If you put the gas on him in round 1, you will get him out of there. He just got TKO'd by Dustin Stoltzfus and got TKO'd by Joe Pyfer before. The loss to Joe Pyfer wasn't that bad, but the loss to Dustin Stoltzfus, not the best loss, man. So it is a question mark, especially since Bruno Silva has a lot of first-round finishes. I believe this guy's got over 10 first-round finishes. But he does look like an old, slow version of himself. He's just not dangerous anymore, man. So I'm going to go Marc-Andre Barriault by decision or by late TKO over Bruno Silva. I think he gets it done, man. We move on, though, to the prelim. The main prelim, we open it up with Modestas Bukauskas. Actually, wait. No, sorry. Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Arslan. I had a feeling there was another one. Navajo Sterling, Ivan Arslan. Decently tough fight to predict, but mainly because of the fact that undefeated fighters have been doing absolute shit this year. They've been doing shit. They've been getting cooked. But I think Navajo Sterling's really good, man. I think he is really good kickboxer at least. Once he starts fighting grapplers in light heavyweight, once he starts fighting somebody who can take him down or threaten the takedown, even Modestas Bukauskas and Ion Kuto, I think Modestas Bukauskas and Ion Kutulaba would beat Navajo Sterling. But right now, Sterling fighting Ivan Arslan, kickboxer versus kind of a boxer. Ivan Arslan's kind of a kickboxer himself. He trudges forward. He has power, but he's not the fastest guy. I think Navajo Sterling's going to be faster, more powerful. He's bigger. He's younger. I think Navajo Sterling gets it done, man. I think he checks off all the boxes to beat Ivan Arslan in basically every single department that he needs to beat him in. This is going to be a kickboxing matchup, and I think Navajo Sterling is going to be the quicker, faster, more dangerous fighter. So I'm going to go Navajo Sterling by round 2 or round 3 TKO. I think he'll find a body shot on Ivan Arslan and drop him maybe and finish him with ground and pound. I don't think he straight up flatline KOs Ivan Arslan, but I think he will get it done, man, by a body shot TKO in round 2 or round 3. We move on, though. Modestas Bukauskas versus Ion Kutulaba. Ion the Hulk Kutulaba. Tough fight to predict, I won't lie. Really tough fight to predict. I saw these guys, man, and they are big. These guys are big, man. Ion Kutulaba is a scary motherfucker. I won't lie. He is scary. But Modestas Bukauskas is also very big himself, made a massive comeback in the UFC. He had a bad losing streak, got cut from the UFC, went to Cage Warriors, made a whole run in Cage Warriors, beaten a bunch of people, came back, and has been on a decent streak. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He only lost to who did he lose to, man? I think he lost by submission a couple fights ago, but he's 4-5 in his last 5, and yeah, he's 4-1 in his last 5. What am I saying? And he's good. Modestas Bukauskas is a lot better than he used to be. I think he's evolved as a fighter, and Ion Kutulaba is a tough test, but Modestas Bukauskas is dangerous. I think he gets this done, man. Ion Kutulaba is having a bit of a comeback himself. 2-fight win streak for him. He beat Ivan Arslan and then just beat a dangerous Turkish power. What's his name? Turkish power guy, man. I forget his name, man. He got submitted by Ion Kutulaba. Crazy submission. Good win by Ion Kutulaba, but I think he loses to Modestas Bukauskas. I'm actually gonna go Modestas Bukauskas by round 2 submission, man. I think he submits Ion Kutulaba. I think a lot of people are gonna be playing KO props here. I'm thinking this is gonna end by submission. I can see Ion grappling round 1, round 2, going for the takedowns off the bat. And I think he's going to get himself caught in a bad position. And I can see Modestas Bukauskas maybe wrapping up a Darce choke, to be honest. A Darce or maybe a rear naked. I could see Modestas finding a submission when Ion Kutulaba is shooting a takedown, maybe even a guillotine, man. I'm going to go Modestas Bukauskas, round 2 submission. We move on to the next fight. Jessica Andrade, Jasmine Jasudavicius. I like Jasmine, man. I like Jasmine. I think she's a great fighter, great Canadian prospect as well. I mean, she is getting up there in age, don't get me wrong, especially for flyweight, but I think she is just evolving at this age. I think she's solid everywhere, on the feet, on the ground. Her striking's evolved. Her striking is a bit questionable. I watched some tape on her striking. It's definitely gotten better, but it's not the best. Like, I don't think she's going to want to strike with Jessica Andrade, who has a lot of power. We've seen Jessica has power, but once she gets taken down, man, and she's got a better grappler on top of her, she just gets dominated. We've seen her get TKO'd on the ground. She got TKO'd on the ground by Valentina Shevchenko. She's been submitted multiple times. Like, Jessica Andrade on the ground is not dangerous. She's got some submissions in her bag, but on the ground, when she has somebody on full mount or on half mount on top of her, she's just kind of cooked. She doesn't know what to do. So I'm going to go Jasmine Jasudavicius by KO on the ground. I think she's going to get a KO on the ground, pinning down Jessica Andrade, landing some powerful shots on the ground. I don't think they're going to be knockout blows, but I think it'll be an overwhelming amount of shots that Jessica Andrade will get TKO'd, kind of like Jillian Robertson versus, what's her name last week? Versus Marina Rodriguez. I think it'll be the same outcome. Jessica Andrade is meant to be taken down. Jasmine Jasudavicius is much taller, much longer, much more powerful. I think she's just size advantage, massive size advantage, and massive skill advantage. I think Jessica Andrade, her only way to win this fight is by a perfect shot, perfect overhand right or overhand left, a perfect knockout blow. And Jasmine's been very tough. She's fought everybody, man. She's fought a bunch of people, and she's tough. She's never been knocked out. So I'm going to go Jasmine Jasudavicius by ground and pound TKO in round 2 or round 3. I think she gets it done, man. We move on to the main prelim. Mike Malott versus Charles Radke. This is tough. This is a really tough one. I've been picking Mike Malott. Quick picks, I picked Mike Malott, and I want to ride with Mike Malott. It's really tough, though. I've watched some tape on Charles Radke. He's dangerous in round one. He said he wants to come out in round one. He's been cussing out the Canadians. He's gonna get the Canadians going crazy, man. He's gonna get us going crazy. But I think Mike Malott will get it done under the pressure. If he needs to slow down the pace, he'll slow it down. But they've been talking about this fight like it's Bull versus Matador. I don't really like that. I don't like Mike Malott call himself Matador and Charles Radke the Bull, because Charles Radke could come out here and just push Mike against the fence and unleash shots like he did against Semmelsberger. So it's interesting. Mike Malott, after losing to Neil Magny his last fight against Trevin Giles, he didn't look good. Let's be honest, he didn't look good. He said it in his post-fight interview. He wanted to just get a safe win. He did not look very good. So it is questionable, but I do think Mike Malott will, if he does need to make it boring, and get a win in Montreal, man. And also the judges are going to be on his side, let's be honest. So I'm going to go Mike Malott by decision or by submission. I think you can play either. I think he could find a submission. That's his best chance. If he's smart, he'll go for the takedowns on Charles Radke and not get into a firefight with Radke where Radke just unleashes a 10-punch combo with his fiery hands. I think Mike Malott's going to have to play this one safe. So I'm going to go Mike Malott by submission or by decision, man. We move on to the main card, though. Opening up the main card, a fight that was made very short notice. Benoit Saint-Denis, Kyle Prepolek. Kyle Prepolek was in the UFC before, got cut, went on a 2-fight skid, got cut, and he's been just fighting some cans in a different promotion. And Benoit Saint-Denis, this should be easy for him. Let's be honest, this should be easy. I want to root for my Canadians, but I gotta fade Kyle Prepolek, man. 35 years old. He does have a nice head kick. He is a bit dangerous, but I don't see Benoit Saint-Denis getting caught. He's the bigger guy, younger guy, faster. He should be more dangerous everywhere this fight goes, and he has a full training camp. So I'm going to go Benoit Saint-Denis by round 1 TKO or submission. He needs this win. He does. He needs this win. This was a gift. This was an absolute gift. He needs this win by KO or by submission in round 1. He needs to finish this fight early on as well to make a statement that he still deserves to be number 13. If you're fighting a can out of the regional scene on short notice, you need to finish him, man. You just need to. So I'm going to go Benoit Saint-Denis by round 1 or round 2 TKO. Let's move on. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. Everybody's siding with Natalia Silva. And I get it. I do. I'm siding Natalia Silva for the most part. But Alexa Grasso could definitely squeeze this one out. Don't get me wrong. Did she deserve to beat Shevchenko? Was it a fluke submission? A lot of people calling it a fluke submission. And you can call it a fluke submission all you want, but she did submit her at the end of the day. So it's tough to say. It's a really tough pick. I mean, Natalia Silva should be better everywhere. Her striking's better. Her takedown defense is really good. Her takedown defense is a really high level. She's fought Jasmine Jasudavicius early in her career, and she was able to stuff every takedown, beat her up bad, just beat up Jessica Andrade really bad. I think Natalia Silva is the much better fighter than Alexa Grasso, mixed martial arts wise. But Alexa Grasso, if she gets to the ground, she can wrap up a submission. It could be over. But I don't see Natalia Silva letting it get to the ground. As long as she doesn't shoot a takedown, I think she'll win this fight on the judges' scorecard. 29-28, Natalia Silva, unanimous decision. I think her striking's better. Her kicks are really nice. She's very fast, very snappy. She can find a TKO. I don't think she's going to finish Alexa Grasso. Grasso is very tough, but she's a bit too tough for her own good. So I'm going to go to Natalia Silva by unanimous decision, 29-28. We move on to the feature fight, Jose Aldo versus Aiemann Zahabi. I know a lot of you guys are going to hate me for this, but I got to root Aiemann Zahabi, man. I like Jose Aldo. I want Jose Aldo to win. But I do think Aiemann Zahabi is going to squeeze this one out on the judges' scorecard. We're in Canada. We're in Montreal, where he trains, where he's born, right? I think Aiemann Zahabi is a very good fighter. He is old in this division, but he is fighting another old head in Jose Aldo, who we've seen recently has been letting himself be put in bad positions. He's been letting himself kind of get taken advantage of by Mario Batista, right? Recently, he got taken advantage of and was just stuck in that position up against the fence. And if you know Aiemann Zahabi, you know his brother Firas Zahabi is coming up with a great game plan. Firas and GSP are going to be in his corner. They're going to be building a perfect game plan for Aiemann Zahabi. They're going to watch all of Jose Aldo's fights. There's so many fights, so much tape to watch on Jose Aldo that it's just impossible for you to not build a good game plan against him, with enough time, right? Enough planning. And I think Aiemann Zahabi's team, his brother, are going to do that. I think Aiemann Zahabi will squeeze this one out on the judges' scorecard. I think there will be a fair amount of decisions on this card, especially the main card. I'm going to go Ayman Zahabi by unanimous or split. Actually, I'm going to go split decision. Ayman Zahabi by split decision. Very close fight, but I think he'll outvolume Jose Aldo throughout the 15 minutes, man. We will move on to the co-main event, though. Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. I've been seeing too much disrespect on Shevchenko, man. A lot of people are picking Manon Fiorot. I know she's younger, but it's not a crazy age difference. It's not a crazy skill difference. I think Valentina Shevchenko is the much more skilled fighter. I think she is. She's a little bit undersized compared to Manon Fiorot, but I think she's the more dog fighter. I think this is going to be her coming out here and just bring it to Fiorot. And if she needs to mix up takedowns, she will. I saw the face-off. I saw these two women face off, and Valentina Shevchenko is not that much smaller than Manon Fiorot. I think Fiorot is smaller in size, right? I think Valentina is a bit bigger in size, but Fiorot is taller. But I don't think she's going to be outboxing Valentina Shevchenko. Shevchenko's defense is very good. Her offense is very good as well. Nice kicks, nice jabs. Her volume's really good. And if she's not finding success on the feet, I think she will get a takedown on Fiorot, who she's defended takedown defense. Sure, she's defended takedowns, but who she defended takedowns against? Tabitha Ricci? Like, that's not the best. Her record is good. Her fights have been good, but she hasn't proven to be able to defend against the best of the best. And Valentina Shevchenko is the best of the best, future GOAT, future Hall of Famer. I think Valentina Shevchenko gets this one done by unanimous decision. I think she's going to shock some people when she gets this one done. 37 years old. She's one of the GOATs. She's one of the GOATs without a doubt. I think she gets it done unanimous decision. We move on. Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena to the main event. The main event, boys. Holy, I'm hyped for this fight. I'm hyped for this fight, but it's a tough pick. It's a tough pick. And I've been going back and forth with this one. It's really difficult because I'm like, I want to pick Jack Della. And I picked Jack Della in my quick picks. I did. I think he's got all the finishing potential in this fight. And he seems like the hungrier fighter, but Bilal is always going to be there. And he's very durable now. People always talk about his Luque loss when he got finished by Vicente Luque, and when he got beat down by Jeff Neal, he got dropped a bunch of times, right? Like, that was early in his career. Sure, he's getting older, but his durability is the main thing. His durability is really good. He's bigger than Jack Della Maddalena, more physically imposing than Jack Della Maddalena. He doesn't have finishing potential. Let's just be honest with it. Bilal Muhammad is not going to submit or KO Jack Della Maddalena. At least I don't think so, right? But Bilal Muhammad is there. He's in your face the entire fight. He is coming at you. He's bringing the pressure. He's bringing the cardio. And he's got the takedowns. He does. I do think Jack's going to stuff a lot of them. I think he'll scramble out of a lot of them. I think he will drop Bilal Muhammad at some point. Maybe in the later rounds, I think Jack Della Maddalena could pick it up round 4, round 5, and maybe drop Bilal, but I don't think he'll finish him. That's the problem. And if he doesn't finish Bilal Muhammad, Bilal will take over. He will win the rounds, right? He will win the rounds, and that's what matters. I could see Bilal Muhammad winning 3-4 rounds and Jack Della Maddalena maybe having a 1 or 2 good rounds, but I think he will unfortunately lose by decision, man. And this has massive title implications for not only lightweight, but middleweight, even if Bilal's going to move up, whatever the case is. But we know for a fact that Islam and Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira are all waiting to see what happens this weekend. Because if Bilal Muhammad wins, we are guaranteed getting Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, and most likely Charles Oliveira versus Arman Sarukian too. And if Jack Della Maddalena wins, we're getting Islam versus Jack Della Maddalena, and we're getting Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria for the lightweight title. So massive implications here. This is a massive fight. A lot of people are like, whatever. But now people are cheering for Bilal because they want to see Islam versus Ilia. It's such a joke, man. Dana White's done this on purpose, man. He's getting people to tune in by hyping up the other fight. I get it. Good work by Dana White, but I'm going to go Bilal Muhammad, man. I'm going to go Bilal by unanimous decision. It's tough. I picked Jack in the quick picks. I'm switching now. I'm going Bilal Muhammad, unanimous decision. Hopefully I don't regret this one, but I just think he's going to grind out a decision, man. Man, everybody's doubted him. He's always been doubted. I'm going to stop doubting him just for this fight. And if he loses, I'm happy. If he wins, I'm happy, right? Because then we get Ilia versus Islam. So I think it's a win-win. But I'm going to go Bilal Muhammad by unanimous decision. But that's the entire card breakdown, boys. That's my overall opinion on the card. I think it's a good card. I think it is. They haven't come to Montreal in a long time. They definitely could have switched up some of these main card fights. I would have liked to see maybe Radke versus Malott on the main card, to be honest, over maybe a Natalia Silva, Alexa Grasso. But it is what it is. I think it's a good card. A lot of people are hating on this card, but I think it's a good pay-per-view, and I think it's going to be a good fight night, man. I think it's going to be a good UFC 315 fight night. I'm going to be making a video of me going to the fight card. I'll try to, at least like a vlog or something, a little bit of a different content, and I'll be posting that on Sunday, I hope, and I'll do my recap tomorrow. But without further ado, I will see you boys in the next one. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you.